Welcome to the Virtual Cheese Awards 2023, showcasing the best of British cheese. I'm Vicky Rogerson and I'll be moderating this session. Today's judging will be Class A4 Creamery Mature Cheddar. And joining us on our judging panel today is Terry Hudson and Nicola Beardmore. I'd like to introduce each other. So Nicola, would you like to go first?
Yeah, hi, I'm Nicola. I work for All Newer Foods UK. I'm their full-time grader. Prior to that, I won Young Cheesemonger of the Year in 2018. And since then, I've been judging and grading. So I've been judging at many of the other awards, and we're here today.
And Terry?
Hi, I'm Terry Hudson. I've been in the dairy industry for about 50 years. During that time, I've made or been involved in most of the UK territorials and cheddars. I've also been fortunate enough to travel to many countries around the world involved with cheese trading and troubleshooting, etc. And I've been judging at pretty much all of the UK shows for about the last 30 years.
Great, thank you. So today we're going to be judging Creamery Mature Cheddar, and the judging system is based on 4 key attributes that each get points. That's on appearance, aroma, texture, and taste. And the highest pointing cheese will then go through to the supreme final. I'd like to say thank you to our sponsors, Butlers, Farmhouse Cheese, for the lovely bright orange aprons, and also to Lottie Shores, who developed some lovely crackers, which are going to go with the cheeses for our judges. So cracking straight on, we're going to go, and the cheese going to be judging is 1157. Over to you.
So nice vacuum packed in parchment style paper. So you're well at home with these, Nicola, so I'll let you.
Yeah, this is my forte. So yeah, very uniform. We've got slight bit of, I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera. There's a slight bit of moisture. Could be down to the packaging on that one, but there's definitely a little bit of moisture on the surface there. Other than that, I'd say pretty standard uniform block. You wouldn't typically have any rind on this style of cheese, which again is given anyway. So yeah, uniform color, slight sort of slight fishes in there, but nothing major going on there. Yeah, there's nothing off with that at all.
Yeah, I'd agree with all of that. There is a slight condensation on the surface, but I think because we've taken the samples up to room temperature, so I think that's probably where that little bit of moisture's come from. Plus it's been vacuum packed, as you say. But yeah, there's no mottling, no discoloration, lovely colour. So no faults really. What score would you give that, Nicola?
I mean, there's nothing particularly wrong with it, so I'd give it a 9.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, so it's a 9 from me.
Okay. And very much.
Lovely and clean.
Quite an earthy aroma to that one. It actually smells slightly more rustic and farmhousey than I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And it does have a really clean flavour, but there is still quite a bit going on there. There's actually a really good aroma to that one.
Mm. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice and clean. There's no off flavours or taints or anything. It has really got that nice dairy, cheesy smell. So I'd give it a 9 for aroma, would you? Because I think it's nothing wrong with the aroma. Do you agree, Nicola?
Yeah, I'd give that a 9.
Yeah.
very pliable, cuts really nicely and really easily. So it's giving quite a smoother texture to begin with.
A nice flinty break, no moisture inside, which again is an indication, very well made cheese.
Really smooth in the mouth, really smooth, just completely melts down and buttery.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd happily give that 9 on texture.
Yeah, I'd agree. So a 9, yeah. So flavour.
And then it is really creamy, really creamy.
It's got a nice rounded flavour, which is
Very well balanced,
slightly,
very Moorish.
yeah, slightly nutty. It's got a depth of flavour. It's not one-dimensional. It's got a complexity, which is nice to have in a creamery cheese. So again, it's a good mature cheese, so it's at the right strength. So I would say a 9 again for flavour. What about you?
I'd happily give that a 9.
Okay, great.
Really nice cheese, that.
So we're off to a good start.
Next one is 1158. A4 1158.
Same sort of wrapping. I don't know whether it's supposed to be vacuum sealed, but mine hasn't quite been vacuumed. Quite a loose seal on that. It's a little block.
Yeah.
Like, that's quite cute.
So nice uniform colour. Slight openness, but nothing to worry about.
I've got a very, very little bit of lactate going on just over there. Only a little bit. Yeah, I've got slight openness going on. Again, you'd expect to see a little bit of that anyway.
So I'd say a 9 again for appearance. There's no mottling or any discoloration.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about, like you say, the odd little bit of calcium lactate, which is a good sign. So yeah, 9 again, I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
Aroma.
Got quite a sweet aroma to it. You've got sort of the grass going on there, but just a bit sweeter.
It's nice and clean. There's nothing nasty about it. No off flavours, taints, or anything like that. Not fruity, which is probably an attribute in a farmhouse cheese, but don't want any fruity flavours in a creamery cheese. So it's clean, but I'd give it an 8. It's not quite as good as the previous one. Don't know what you think, Nicola.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. I don't know whether the sort of like say the ever so slight sweetness takes away from it a little bit, but the other one definitely has some more sort of almost rustic notes going on there.
Yeah, just a bit more about it. But you'd expect a bit more for a mature.
Especially with this having lactate as well. Yeah, I'd 8 on that one.
Yeah. So flavour, quite nutty, rounded. I'd probably expect a little bit more of it for a mature cheese. It's a very nice flavour, but it just seems to disappear quite quickly.
You got texture. What was the texture?
The texture, I would say a 9 for texture. There was no.
Yeah, got a very good mouthfeel on that one again. Very creamy, coats the mouth. Yeah, flavour wise, it does sort of disintegrate a little bit. It doesn't last. It doesn't.
Yeah, I'd say it's more suited to probably a medium strength flavour, medium mature. I'd just like a little bit more about it. I mean, it's a lovely flavour. It's nice and rounded and creamy, nutty, but
Just a bit more of it.
Yeah. So an 8. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to see a bit more on that one.
Okay. And the next cheese is A41072. 072.
So again, rack packed on this one. I already see quite a bit of lactate going on one edge. I don't know if we can quite pick that up on the camera, but there's some lactate going on right there. Slight bit of moisture on the surface. And again, some slight fish. Just there, some fishes going on, but nothing to be worried about. Very uniform colour.
Yeah.
Attractive looking little block.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that really. It's a nice piece of cheese, uniform as you say, no mottling or any discoloration. Nice little bit of calcium lactate, some slight fissures, which is fine. So I'd say a 9. Nothing wrong with it visually.
Yeah, up with that. Ooh, quite a beefy aroma. Just makes me think of gravy straight away. Very different. Definitely different from those other two.
Yeah, it's quite a savoury smell.
Definitely pungent though. It's given a lot on the nose, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good.
Very
A good sign. And again, it's lovely and clean. No off flavours or taints. I'd say a 9 for aroma.
Yeah.
Texture, smooth, creamy, buttery. Nice mouthfeel.
Yeah, it's quite buttery. It does coat the mouth.
So 9 for the texture. Do you agree?
Yeah.
And then last but not least, flavour.
It's very savoury, very brothy and beefy.
And plenty of it, which is good.
Very different from the first two, but I really, really like this. Really like it.
Yeah, definitely moreish. If you had this on the cheese board, you'd be going back for more. So I'd say for flavour, creamery cheese, I'd say 9.5. What do you think?
Yeah, that's exactly where I was heading with it. I love that. It's really nice. It just keeps giving.
Yeah.
But also not too much. That's really good. Really nice.
On for a mature.
Great, thank you. And the next one is A4 1178.
So very similar to the previous one, Nicola. So it's got, again, slightly open texture, bits of calcium lactate.
Mine's slightly paler, only slight, but there is and I've got a little bit more openness going on in that. Nothing major, but just a little bit more. Uniform colour, a little bit of lactate there as well. Not quite as much as the last one. Mine's ever so slightly rugged looking, like see the edges there, you can see it's.
Yeah, I think that will be the edge of the block.
Yeah.
20 kilo block.
And again, this face.
Yeah.
But nothing off looking, I'd say quite a uniform colour.
So what score would you give that, Nicola?
I'd go for an 8.5.
Yeah, okay, I'll go along with that.
Aroma.
Aroma.
Quite sweet again.
Not quite as much as the previous one, but
no. There's a little bit of grass going on there. On aroma, I'd probably give that an 8 myself.
Yeah, I'll just, again, it's nice and clean. There's nothing nasty about it, no off flavors or taints. You just expect a little bit more of a pungency about it. So, but it is clean, it's lovely and clean, it's well made, nothing nasty. So an 8, yeah, I'll go along with you, Nicola.
Texture, quite pliable.
It's smooth and creamy. It's not short or short and crumbly. It's not brittle. It's got a very nice mouthfeel.
Again, it does melt quite well in the mouth.
So texture, I'd say a 9 because I can't really fault the texture. It's very well made.
Yeah.
And flavour is lovely and clean. Again, it's got the savoury notes. Just like a little bit more of them, that's all. Don't know what you think, Nicola.
Yeah, definitely. For me, this one is definitely sweeter than the last one, and there's sweet and savoury going on there. But yeah, I just want a little bit more oomph in it. Personally, an 8.
Yeah, I'd agree. Again, a really well made cheese. Nothing really wrong with it. I'd just like it to be matured a little bit more to really call it a creamery mature cheddar.
Yeah, definitely.
So very nice cheese.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that comes to the end of that class judging of 4 cheeses. And the cheese with the highest score to go through to the final is A4 1072 with 41.25. And then second is 1157 and third is 1158. So great, thank you, judges, for that, and look forward to seeing everyone on the final on the 17th of May, where we'll announce the best British cheese.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.